So go on.
So you're saying that a real apostle established the Catholic Church?
Jesus established the Catholic Church when he said, to Peter, upon this rock I'll build my church.
Yeah, that was Israelites. So where does the Roman part come in?
The Roman bit is this. It's attached partly because in Protestant polemics, they like to say Roman Catholic Church to distinguish that from what they called the real Catholic Church, to which all true Christians belong. So it's partly polemical. But also, it's got a valid ascription because Peter, again, as men like Adolf von Harnack, a famous Protestant theologian of 100 years ago, wrote, Peter went to Rome and was martyred there along with St. Paul. And early Christian writers say this. So Rome becomes the centre of the church, partly because Rome is the centre of the empire. And where the centre of power is it makes sense to have the centre of the church there, because it can transmit a lot of its orders and engage with the imperial authorities more successfully. So it becomes Roman in that sense.
Yeah, but isn't Rome a more dangerous place to go? Would it be, because you had Jerusalem, obviously Jerusalem got sacked.
Yeah.
And then they're saying, I know in the history it says about how a lot of people went to Alexandria.
Yeah, okay.
And that's where some of those church fathers are from as well.
Well, St. Mark founded the church in Alexandria. Right. That's what our tradition says. Yes. So they were going all over the place, yeah.
Right, so wouldn't there have been more, you'd expect it more to be in that area rather than to go toward the enemy?
Okay, here's how it goes. You know, St. Paul was directed by God effectively to go to Rome. Yeah. We see that in the Acts. Peter went to Rome and Paul went to Rome because they were the centres of the empire. Now we know from Acts that Paul definitely wanted to go to Rome because that's where Caesar was.
Yeah.
And he didn't just want to go and put his case to Caesar, he wanted to take the religion, the Christianity to the heart of the empire. Yeah. That was a logical position to take. Get the religion to the centre of the empire and from there it can radiate out everywhere. Now to go to the most dangerous place seems a bit reckless. But of course these men had the Holy Spirit. If you didn't go to the centre of the empire, if you went further afield, you would not be enabling the religion to spread as rapidly. It needed to go to the centre of action.
Yeah, but then you're going to the centre of the pagan,
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
The heart of the beast.
Yeah, but then you would have a lower concentration of people. Those people would be harder to convert, wouldn't it be, than the more poorer people out in the sticks?
This is exactly, well, in Rome, it was the poor who flocked in huge numbers to the church. We have early church writings about the popes were administering vast amounts of money that the rich patrician Christians were giving for the poor of Rome. And this went on in the early centuries. But nonetheless, the decision was made, we're going to Rome, we're going to establish ourselves there. They martyred vast numbers, as you know, in the Colosseum. And they were killing them elsewhere, but Rome was the place where Satan was seated in many ways, not just Pergamum in the Acts of the Apostles. Sorry, in the book of Revelation. So the decision was made, and I think it was a very good decision because the faith did establish and conquer and spread. And so for me, the decision was really that of the Holy Spirit. Because alternatively, you know, we could have had a situation where the decision was made, but the church was wiped out.
Yeah.
Could have happened because you're talking about they should have been a bit more prudent, a bit more wary, and it could have gone wrong. You're dead right. It could have done, but the Spirit is with it, and so it did not die out.